Yo guys, Chinkys here, and today I'm gonna bring you guys a new video on all the macros you need to play Unholy DK, the highest level in Shadowlands. The macros I'll be covering are modifier macros, cursor macros, player macros, quality of life macros, cancel all macros, and just in general like macros and key bindings I think you need to be able to play Unholy DK efficiently, so that you can play at the highest level. Okay, so modifier macros. Basically, they're just macros to keep your UI clean and to actually, for Unholy DK specifically, to get enough space on your normal UI without using any add-ons. Like if you're gonna do competitive play or whatever, like you can't use the add-ons to increase the space on the UI. Therefore, modifier macros are really important. Anyway, all you do is /cast and no mod inside of square colons, and then you press the ability or put the ability there, and then under that you just put /cast, and then inside the square brackets you put mod and then colon shift if that's the ability. You can also use control or alt, and then you just put the ability after you close the colons. You can also put like a little comma in between, and then you can also target macro with the no mod or the modifier macros. So it doesn't like hinder you in any way. You can use no mod or modifier. It kind of the same. The only thing is that if your macro becomes really long, because the macro maximum space is 255 letters. So you can use no mod if you start getting no space, but honestly there's no difference between them. Okay, next up we have @cursor macros. Now, @cursor is very important for Unholy DKs. Basically, what it does is that it makes your abomination anti-magic zone. Normally, you'll get the green thingy on the floor, and then you press the ability. You can compare it very similar to, or the exact same, honestly, as Smart Cast in League of Legends, if you guys ever play that. So, if you are not used to the distance, for example, anti-magic zone, I would recommend at least having one key binding where you can see like where the zone is going to land. Because if you try to do it max range, you're going to fuck it up and it's not going to go all the way. Abomination, though, you can just press it, honestly. It has such a fucking huge range, and it doesn't really matter if you, like where you place it, it will still move. But yeah, so it would be @cursor abomination and @cursor zone. Now the @cursor abomination is really important for play, at least when it comes to like finding people from stealth, because you want to do it really fast, and also while you're doing your DPS rotation you don't want to like miss any globals. You can also alternatively use @player anti-magic zone and abom. I would say for anti-magic zone is really important, but for a bomb it's not that important. But if you really like the min-max, player abomination is really nice in my opinion. Okay, so next is quality of life macros. Now, DKs have a shit ton of fucking quality of life macros. Now I'm gonna put them all up here, but like I'm just gonna go through them. Like you have Lichborn, obviously. You just put that together with death coiling yourself, because you become undead, so you can actually heal yourself with death coil now, which is pretty fucking cool. It's just to save one key binding basically. The other one you guys can see up here, it's one of my favorite macros that I found back in the day when I was searching online. Basically what it does is that your raise dead and your dark transformation is basically the same key binding. So you raise dead, and then what happens is that the raise dead becomes dark transformation. Really simple, honestly, but it's really nice. As you guys can see though, as well, it has a stopwatch play and a stopwatch 16. Basically what this does is that it creates a timer for me to know when my pet enrage ends, which is really important in PvP, obviously, because when it's enraged, the stun is 2 seconds of 1, and I can pet leap to root / kick people. So that's what that is for. Now, you have to keep in mind that in Shadowlands, there's going to be modifiers to this. So there's going to be a legendary that increases it, your Dark Transformation by 1 second every time you Death Coil. There's also going to be a Conduit that increases it, baseline 5, and then you can upgrade that Conduit to make it like 10-15 seconds longer on your Dark Transformation. So you're going to have to increase the stopwatch play. Okay, so next up we have the Pet Dismiss and the Cancel Aura macros. Now, Pet Dismiss is a funny one because if you enrage your pet and then you dismiss it, you lose the enrage effect. Now, also, when you dismiss and resummon it, you have to wait 2 or 3 seconds before the pet starts moving and doing stuff. Now that can be a bit annoying, but let's say your pet is in an 8-second Nova, right? Now, you can just dismiss it and then resummon it and it will be out of that Nova. Let's say you want to stop something, but you know 8 seconds is a bit too long. But you can handle 4 seconds, so you just dismiss your pet and then resummon it. Obviously, there's a 30-second cooldown there that you gotta be a little bit worried about, but most people don't kill your pet, so it doesn't really matter. Now, the second way you can use the Pet Dismiss macro is if you have someone trying to kill your pet, or they're hitting your pet and it's really, really low. Now, when you want to enrage your pet, the problem is that if the pet dies while it's enraged, or you dismiss it while it's enraged, you'll lose the enrage effect, right? So if it's low HP, you want to dismiss it or heal it to full, and then enrage it. Now, if you heal it, obviously you'll lose runic power. Now, back in the day, it used to refund your runic power when you healed your pet. It doesn't do that anymore, which is kind of stupid. And it was only half the runic power cost to heal your pet, which was kind of worth it back then. So yeah, those are the 2 ways you can use Pet Dismiss. Okay, so the next macro is the Cancel Aura macro. There's 2 of them. The first one is just cancel auras a lot of stuff. Mostly that's from dark simming. Like if you dark sim MC, mind control from a priest, you want to be able to cancel aura. Keep in mind though, if you dark sim mind control, that you need to dismiss your pet before you're allowed to MC. Yeah, I thought it was bugged the first time I tried it, and I was just like, oh, you can't do it while you have a pet up, which is interesting. The second way is Lichborn is going to be in that macro usually. And the reason is that, like, for example, Priest, right? So the Priest is going to fear you. You're going to Lichborn out of it. And then he's going to cast Shackle on you. Now, you can either kick it, stop it, but you can also just cancel it. Obviously, then you're, susceptible to MC again. So, yeah. But that's the first macro. And then the second one is just to cancel Freedom, Bop, and Thorns. Now, Thorns is for Windwalkers when they karma you. If you don't want to break the karma, just cancel the Thorns if the Druid gave it to you. The other 2 is for Spell Steal. So the Mage wants to Spell Steal your Freedom. Like your Paladin freedoms you to get you out of a Nova or the Slow. And then you have to cancel it or else he's going to get it because you don't want to give it to him. And then the same with Bop. You don't want to give the Mage a free Bop because it's going to reduce your damage, etc. So lastly, we just have 3 macros. One is to mouse over Outbreak, and then mouse over Pet Attack, and then just taunting pets, like Arena 1, 2, 3 pets. Now, starting with the mouse over Outbreak and mouse over Pet Attack, mainly they're just there to kill totems. So what's going to happen is that, the rest of Shaman's going to put down grounding and try to get a cast off. So you need to be quick with mouse or outbreaking or mouse or pet attacking the totem to kill it so you can kick him before he finishes the cast. Also to kill high priority totems like Sky Fury and Counter Strike Totem. It's mainly just for that, honestly. Now the focus part of it, the Outbreak and the pet attack, is just to keep people in combat. So keep rogues in combat, rest of druids, and then every other healer. Now the reason having dots on all these stealth classes and healers keep them in combat is that you can epidemic them whenever you want to, as long as they have the dots on them. Obviously it costs 30 runic power though. But yeah, that's why that's really important. And then on top of that, you can have your pet on them. So if a druid tries to meld, the pet is going to automatically walk away from him. But if you have dots on him, it's going to enable you to epidemic him to keep him in combat, or just send your pet right back at him. Okay, so lastly, we just have the Arena 1, 2, 3 pet taunt. Now, what this is for is just to get the pets off your teammates or cancel CC on yourself. For example, if you're playing as Frost Mage, there's a Warlock on the enemy team, and then you want to taunt the Warlock pet as you get polyed, and it will cancel the poly. You can do this versus every single pet class, you know, Hunter specifically. A lot of healers like to taunt the pets as they get trapped. So like, the Hunter will harpoon them, they will taunt the pet, and then they will put the trap down, they will get trapped, and the pet will hit them. Now, Hunters specifically have ways to stop the pet from auto-attacking. Like, DKs can dismiss their pet to stop the auto-attacking. Hunters can feint death their pet, I think, or spam follow. Now, spamming follow doesn't work for DK for some reason, which is weird, but you can dismiss it, it doesn't really matter. Now, I think Warlock pets can't do anything, Mage pets can't do anything. But Mage pet is a bit hard, though, because you need him to, like, cast a Frostbolt. Now, the thing to keep in mind is if you're playing with other classes that can also taunt the pets to stop the CC on themselves, you need to remember that there's a DR on the pet taunt. So the pet can only be taunted once every 30 seconds. The taunt lasts for 5 or 6 seconds, I believe. So like if they get Hunter stunned, like Survival Hunter has a Hunter stun, and they trap into that, they can actually not taunt that. So it needs to be something that's less than 5 seconds, and then they can, you know, stop it. Lastly, I just want to say, having a normal taunt macro is really important because you can taunt people and stop them from leaving combat, especially rogues and druids and healers. Now, when you taunt them, it basically just like you pressed any other ability on them, so they stay in combat for another 6 seconds. Other than that, though, thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, you can join my Discord or PM me on Twitch when I'm online, or just leave any questions in the comments. I might have missed a couple of things. The only thing is like Arena 1, 2, 3 macros, obviously, for abilities. But yeah, these are like the macros and how to use them. Anyway, hope you guys liked it. Peace.